Warning. Use these dark psychology tactics to make her chase "what if I told you" that most of what you've been taught about attraction is wrong. That being the reliable, predictable, nice guy isn't just ineffective. It's the very thing making you invisible. The tactics I'm about to share aren't comfortable. They are potent, a bit controversial, and they tap into the core of human psychology. So, consider this a warning. Don't use these techniques lightly. Because if you do, you'll flip the script so completely that you'll no longer be the one chasing. You'll become the one who is chased. Section 1. The Predictability Trap. Why nice guys become invisible. Let's start with the hard truth. Are you the guy who always texts back in seconds? The one who's always available and always agreeable? You've probably been told this is what it means to be respectful. And while respect is non-negotiable, what you're actually showing is predictability. In attraction, predictability is the silent killer of desire. Psychologically, the human brain craves novelty and challenge. We're drawn to mystery. When you're 100% available and your behavior is 100% predictable, you erase all the mystery. There's no puzzle to solve. You become a known quantity, safe, reliable, and eventually boring. This is how so many men end up in the friend zone. You become her trusted confidant, the one she calls for advice about the very men who aren't doing any of those things. The truth is, the game is being played on a different field, governed by psychological principles that have little to do with being nice and everything to do with being valuable. Section 2. The Scarcity Principle. Become the prize. The first tactic is the Scarcity Principle. It's basic human psychology. We value what is rare or hard to get. When you're constantly available, you're an abundant resource. There's no urgency, no fear of loss. And because of that, your perceived value goes down. Becoming scarce doesn't mean being a jerk. It means showing, through your actions, that your time, energy, and attention are valuable because you're invested in your own life. Here's how to apply it. Stop being so available. You don't have to reply to every text the second it hits your phone. Let some time pass. This isn't about playing games. It signals that you were busy and that your world doesn't revolve around her message. If she asks you out last minute, it's perfectly fine to say, "I'd love to, but I'm busy tonight. How about Thursday?" This isn't faking disinterest. It's about having genuine interests. When you respect your own time, she will too. You become a challenge she has to work for, and her mind will subconsciously assign more value to you. The warning: there's a fine line between authentic scarcity and manipulative unavailability. The goal isn't to intentionally make someone anxious. True, attractive scarcity comes from a genuine place. You are scarce because you are busy building an amazing life. She is a wonderful addition to your life, not the center of it. Section 3. Intermittent Reinforcement. The power of unpredictability. This next tactic is arguably the most potent and the most dangerous. It's called intermittent reinforcement. The principle is simple. Rewards given unpredictably are far more motivating and addictive than rewards given consistently. Think of a slot machine. You pull the lever again and again, but that occasional, unpredictable win gives you a rush of dopamine and keeps you hooked. It's the uncertainty that forges a powerful bond. In dating, this translates to a dynamic of push and pull. Most men are totally predictable. They are always complimentary and attentive. To apply this, you have to vary your affection. This does not mean being cruel. It's a subtle art. One day, you're completely present, warm, and showering her with focused attention. Then, for a day or two after, you pull back a little. You're not cold, but you're more focused on your own world. This makes her wonder. It makes her think back to the high of your full attention and crave it again. She'll start working to get that positive reinforcement back, chasing your validation because it's an unpredictable and therefore more valuable reward. The warning: This is an ethical tightrope. Intermittent reinforcement is a core feature of toxic relationships, where periods of abuse are mixed with sudden affection to create a trauma bond. The goal here is not to create anxiety or dependency. The ethical use of this principle is about avoiding emotional predictability, not being emotionally manipulative. It's the difference between being a man with his own mission versus a man who intentionally creates emotional chaos to control someone. Section 4. The mirror of subconscious rapport. This final tactic is more subtle: mirroring. We trust and feel drawn to people who are like us. When you subtly mirror someone's behavior, you bypass their conscious filters and create a feeling of, wow, we just click. This goes beyond common interests. When you're with her, pay attention to her body language and speech patterns, then subtly mirror them. If she leans in while telling a story, you subtly lean in too. If she talks slowly, match her pace. If she uses a specific phrase, find a natural way to use it later. This isn't about mimicking her every move that would be creepy. It's about calibrating your behavior to be in sync with hers. It sends the subconscious signal, I get you. That feeling is one of the most attractive you can create. The warning: mirroring can be used to fake a personality and create a false connection. But a relationship built on a fake foundation will always crumble. The ethical way to use mirroring is as a tool to boost your empathy and genuinely try to understand her state of mind. When you do that, you're building real rapport, not setting a trap. We've covered the scarcity principle, intermittent reinforcement, and mirroring. These are the psychological frameworks that often work beneath the surface of attraction. But let's be crystal clear. The goal of this knowledge isn't to collect a series of fleeting obsessions. A connection built on manipulation is a house of cards. The purpose of understanding these dark psychological tactics is to see the matrix for what it is, and to ensure you're never again a man who gives his power away by being too predictable. The real endgame isn't to make her chase you. The real endgame is to build yourself into the kind of man whose value is self-evident. A man who understands the psychology of attraction so deeply that he can create it authentically. The greatest power isn't making someone chase you. It's becoming the man you are proud of. Ultimately, remember that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and genuine connection. Use this knowledge to understand, not to manipulate. And then, go build something real. These tactics are powerful because they're based on how human beings are actually wired. But remember, a tactic is just a tool. If you're ready to move beyond tactics and learn how to build the core, unshakable confidence that makes all of this feel natural, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. The real journey is just getting started. And now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's the single worst piece of dating advice you've ever received? Let's dismantle the myths together.